Yeah. Yeah, there you are.
Let's mute that. Okay. Oh no. Oh no, he's here.
Oh no. This guy.
Hey! Again, this guy. Although he is where he belongs. Beneath me.
Down on the bottom.
Hey Matt, whilst you're down there, buddy, do you mind
Yeah. You see my shirt?
Oh, of course
I sure
my
will.
decides to start falling down. Yeah,
All
that
right.
tracks.
That checks out. John should be here eventually.
Awesome stuff.
Awesome.
He sent me the thing and I forgot to add it, but it's been busy, guys. What do you expect?
Oh, we understand. For sure.
Mate. Let's see who we can get in here, shall we?
Yep.
Out all of the invites.
John from the lab. That's what he's going by. John from the lab.
John from the lab. Nice.
I think somebody in this room came from a lab.
That's very fair.
Makes it kind of difficult to like do this while it's already open. Oh well.
Yeah, let's do that. AD, how's it going?
Mr.
Yeah.
Ron himself.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron. Clint.
Jazz is here too.
Yes, to go
Jasmine.
back. I will take care of something while I'm down there. So you recognize my shirt. So that means the first time that you and I meet, we roll. That's coming down.
On site. Mate, we've said this so many times before. It's on site.
Yeah, and I told you, wear a cup.
Yeah, I've heard this before.
It's a good idea.
I'm gonna be the camera guy.
Uh-oh.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Come on, Clarence. Come tape it. It'll be hilarious.
I don't want any of the violin. I'm good on that, but I'll bring the popcorn and the camera.
Hey, Jazz. What's up, Tommy?
Tommy,
There's nothing wrong with it, Tommy. It's fine.
Everything wrong.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's fine.
Nope, we're not going down that path. That's not what this is about. But
Also,
so wrong.
We're in good company. Jasmine's on episode 4.
Yes.
Nice.
That's exciting.
It is.
Yeah, this is a pretty awesome thing you got going here, Clarence. The Redacted Tales.
Oh yeah.
Well done.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Going
Awesome.
nicely.
Awesome. All right, fellas. Are we ready to do this thing?
Matt? Yes, AD.
Is he already losing his mind over there?
Oh yeah. It's been a struggle, bless him, but we have moved on to 4-letter words now, so we're getting there.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, fellas. Everybody, take a minute to introduce yourselves and tell the audience what you do. The rounds.
Who would you like to start, Clarence?
You can start. Go ahead.
Oh God, no. Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Conor. I'm a voice actor, audiobook narrator, and now sound engineer as well. We've been working on Cold Choices, which is going to be good fun when that comes out on the 1st, which is a fully sounded, immersive episode of Clarence's Redacted Tales. And thanks, Carlo. Appreciate it, buddy. And yeah, I just got to say, John, fantastic writing, buddy. It made sounding it so much easier. Like the narration was able to flow. The characters, the voices lent themselves because just the way that you wrote it. And yeah, I can't wait for more. I hope there's more.
Oh, there's more.
Perfect. But yeah, that's me. I guess I will hand over to my counterpart for this episode, Matt.
Yeah, I'm Matt Mangum, also a voice actor, sound engineer, all sorts of things that we do. I work with Conor on our Disc podcast, and now with Narrative Flow, doing sound engineer and design and all sorts of things. And Jon, yes, just I had the pleasure of working on this and you making it very delightful to make some pretty amazing sound effects and create a very tense scene that I think everybody's going to enjoy quite a bit. Yeah, I'm also a founding member of Bewildered Biscuit Productions and Interface Broken and all the things we do there. So con last, but there's some stuff coming out. If I do have to say real quick, if you've not seen BBP's newest project, Shavers, delight yourself and take yourself to YouTube and check that out and laugh for a couple minutes. It's pretty hilarious short, some new stuff coming out from us. But yeah, happy to be on here on with Clarence and Jon and I guess Conor.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Thanks.
So I guess I'll go. Can you guys hear me all right?
You're a little low, but
Okay, to get my camera to work on this, so maybe I'll figure it out in a little bit. But I'm Jon. I'm the author of Cold Choices. I'm also a writer of all things speculative fiction, and I'm super excited to be here and listen in and learn about how the production went.
awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. I feel kind of like an imposter because I didn't really do anything. Like, I just sort of met Jon through the channels, and then I heard his work, and I was like, you know who would do a fantastic job with this? I don't like to admit it because I don't want Conor's ego to get any more crazy than it already is. Yeah, but as I was reading the script, I was like, I think you guys would freaking kill this, and I was right. The production came out fantastic. And also, we had a lot of technical difficulties because of the size of the file, because you guys killed it so well with the sound effects and the it was brutal getting it to upload and moving it from my phone to my computer, and but worth every second of hassle. What else did I want to say? There was something else. Oh yeah, how I met all of you guys. So I've been in the book talk community for a few years now, and via a whole bunch of people, I met you guys, and we've pretty much hit it off, and I've gotten snubbed for every episode of Dis since the very beginning.
Long may it continue. Yep.
And then, yeah, long may it continue. I hope so. I wouldn't want to, go there anyway. And I was trying to figure out, I must have picked up Jon from one of the Facebook ads that I did. That's my assumption. Is that correct?
I actually saw you post on Discord on Grendel Press.
Oh, I was wrong. Oh, okay, Grendel Press, awesome. I loved working with them. I did an anthology with them back in the day. Great stuff. Don't let me sit up here and jabber all the time. You guys go ahead and talk about your experience and and if you have any questions for Jon or each other or anything.
Matt, how is it possible that you just suck so much?
It is a talent.
It is,
I've really just ground it down into a fine skill.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Perfect.
Did it take a lot of practice, or?
No, there's a lot of natural talent, and then a lot of push and drive from Con, because you know what I mean. He's the best motivator. I still don't understand. Con, I got a question back for you. How are you not canceled yet?
I have no idea. I'm trying.
Valiantly.
But here we are.
I do have to say, I can touch on some of that as Conor did the narration, and my favorite character, Terrence, is I can't wait until you guys get all of Terrence. He's He is absolutely a joy. But the most fun to have with the sound and the stuff that Connor and I've been doing, because he's not just doing the narration, we're also collaborating on the sound and ironing out the fine details and the millions of wrinkles that Connor sees in everything.
Yeah.
Even when it's perfect. It's not. He's like, 4 notes. And then you fix those and he's, wait, 16 notes. Wait a minute. How did we? But no, it's we went through multiple renditions and all of that. But to be able to build the sound to this type of story was just a lot of fun, because from the get-go you get a lot of the feeling and the tension and everything that's already happening, and then you don't have a lot of backstory at all on these people, right? So what was a lot of fun about it is Connor and I definitely gave a variety of voices to the characters from all different places. We don't know exactly what's going on, so that was fun.
Right.
And that's a lot of what we do at Narrative Flow is try to have Connor and I challenge ourselves to put out as many voices as we can. And then just the sounds, building sounds is a lot of what we like to do. So you may hear a sound, and it's funny now that I understand Nell's gross quite a bit now, when he used to be like, did you hear that? Did you hear that little thing? And it's like this quick something that happens, right? Yeah. And he's like, that's 17 sounds put together, and I modified it like this and that. I get that, though. Now we build sound to make it fun. And then to be able to use, I don't want to give too much away.
I mean, teasers are okay, right?
Yeah, teasers are okay.
Yeah.
But for I would say for the villain on this side, we'll just leave it at that. The sounds were dynamic, and we want it just to boom, be right there in your ear, like they're right there next to you, and what you can hear happening. Building the sound was so much fun.
Because Jon's writing really leads to the villain of the story being this imposing, powerful thing, right? So it was important that we portrayed that to the audience and the listeners through the sound, because it wouldn't have done it justice to just have these smaller sounds. We needed to go big, right? So there's definitely a few, more than a few, sounds that I credit to Matt. We give each other a lot of grief because that's what we do. But like you said, I did the narration, and then because I did that, he was like, fine, but I want to do most of the sounds then. If we're doing this 50-50, I want to take a lot of ownership for the sounds and building the soundscape. And I'm like, yeah, fine, that actually works out. So a lot of the sounds that you're going to hear are from Matt, tweaked by me, obviously, like you said. He's got the way that I could describe it is Matt's very good with the broad strokes and does such a good job with it. And then listening to it, it's like, if you just bring that back 0.5 of a second, I just want to hear it. I just want to hear it. And he moans and grumbles and he does it. And then afterwards he's like, yeah, okay, yeah, that is better. And he built most some, you know what, fuck it. There's a moment where the villain jumps, and quite a mundane, boring thing, but what Matt did for that jump and the sound he built for it, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
And it's just those little bits, you really need to listen to everything that's going on. And there is a lot that's going on, and that's all down to the fantastic writing, and it is really well written.
Yeah, I whenever you put something out, you're always like, I'm the kind of guy that's always never satisfied with his writing. So I was looking back, you guys definitely elevated this so much beyond what I thought it was going to be. I thought, when you listen to it back, it's like, I should have tweaked this in the writing, but everything was smoothed over by the high production value, by the layering of the sound.
Thank you.
Put a whole new dimension to the antagonist, to the protagonist that I never saw. It's just a whole new spin on it, a whole new seeing it through a different lens.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that, and that's one of the reasons that I love doing these kinds of things. Right? Is I love being able to bring authors' work to them in ways that they haven't experienced it before, whether it's their first audiobook, whether it's their first immersive project, whether it's this or that, and just not obviously we can't see that you're smiling because your camera's not working, but I can hear that you're smiling. And that's what I love. I love that feeling of joy. I love being able to give that to people.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious. I don't know if this is like gives away the ending, but if you could say a name, if you were to point, you guys, who would you?
So,
do I want to say? I don't know if I want to say because it might give.
So, John, have you listened to the whole thing then? Yes.
I listened to it twice, once with headphones on and once just through my speakers because I wanted to see like how different people would have experienced it, and
Yeah, fair enough. I usually listen on my phone in my car and then my headphones on, all of that to see how everything comes through because you can definitely miss sounds in different platforms that way. I think you would know my guess since I built the last scene. I'll say I
Yeah. I think the voice that you don't hear in the final scene
nice
is my guess. Yeah. I don't want to say too much more. But I'm also looking forward to being completely wrong, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, the whole thing was like I wrote this as sort of an homage to choose your own adventure books that I read as a kid.
mm-hmm.
So like that's why it's written, it's written in second person. It culminates to this idea is I wanted the ending to be the reader character making a choice and then everyone having their own reasoning. So everyone kind of walks away with a unique experience, a unique ending that's perfectly valid, perfectly canonized.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, as much as I like that, I also need to know. So, for closure, for my own personal closure, I need to know. And also, so, going forward with the next part that you're going to obviously write, right? So we can build towards that too.
We need more, John. I have to have it.
Yeah.
Because I had several ideas, which is whatever happens next to these characters or the perspective of the antagonists.
Ooh. I didn't quite catch that, but interested faces.
The point of view from the antagonist.
Yeah, because
yes.
Yeah, buddy. I like that.
Oh, I like that a lot. Yeah,
I like it too. That sounds like a lot of fun. I always like writing bad guys. It's so much fun for me.
Right, I love voicing bad guys. I don't get bad guy roles, but I love voicing bad guys. Villains are just so much fun.
Which doesn't make any sense to me.
Because I'm a Brit, right?
Well, yeah, like especially in America, you should have villainy roles all over the place as a British guy, right? Like you should be all over the place with that. And I'm poking fun, but I'm also being dead serious. Like you really should have quite a few roles out there. Yeah, villains are fantastic. I mean, for me, it's with what I mean.
Oh,
with
actually,
my type. It's a lot of fun. Like there's a book I'm doing right now where I get to be a dragon, you know what I mean? And a couple dragons and things like that. And so being a villain is a lot of fun for sure. So I'm sure Clarence, as I well know, you like writing from that perspective as well quite a bit, which it's cool to get in the mind of that. That's got to be a lot of fun too.
It is. It's so much fun. Also, while we have everybody here and everybody's jumping, this is for my project on YouTube called Redacted Tales. If you guys could give us a follow there, it would be very meaningful. subscribe. I hope to have all of you guys back. Honestly, I was talking to Conor about this. Was it yesterday? I think it might have been yesterday. And I was saying that I have another episode number 10, that I want both of you guys on.
We're there.
Done.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's one of my stories. It's called Arachne, and I don't want to spoil too much. There's definitely some spider human hybrid type things.
Yeah.
Lots of creepy crawlies. A lot of room for soundscape.
I'm already picturing sounds. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. All coming together.
Right. Let's not stray too much from
stop up here. It doesn't stop. Like, it's just constant.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, the two main characters are both male, and I think you guys could have a lot of fun with their back and forth, because they're a little bit like you guys. Their banter is a little like what we do.
Yeah. Word I can't say without getting word
bamboozle.
Yeah, that one.
Banana.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, I have a few questions for you, John. Tell me, how did you start? How did you get into this business? Where did it begin for you?
Probably started about 10 years ago. I was just enjoyed writing. I just enjoyed storytelling in general. But in college, I kind of came across various professors who were all like, "Hey, you should just try to submit stories to these journals and whatnot." So then it started off, and it just kept going. And I tried to, I still do writing as a job, but more for commercials and things like that for e-commerce and whatnot. But always in the back of my mind, there's always these stories that I want to put down onto paper and send out into the world.
Nice. That's a pretty good backstory. What about you, fellas? I've heard you guys how you got into it before, but let's tell the audience anyway. Matt, how did you get into this line of business?
COVID.
Yeah.
I've been a musician and things like that in the past, and then I went off and had a landscape business and was doing some other stuff, and then shut up, Con. Pandemic happened. I was teaching martial arts full time when that was happening, and my son is a type 1 diabetic, so we didn't know what would happen with that, so I had to quit because I'm around kids and all that, hundreds of kids every week and all that, so we didn't know. And I just jumped on TikTok, and I was like, what is this dumb thing that my kids are on? I should probably track it and see what's going on. I end up being the bigger TikTok user than my children, shamefully. And but no, I actually saw Joe McKenzie used to post a whole bunch of voice acting challenges, and it was just for practice, right? And all various ranges of characters. And those of you guys that know Joe, he's an amazing writer, a fantastic writer, a very good voice actor in his own right. But yeah, great writer. So that's how I got started. And that's how I met Jarrett and Dennis. And then we formed BBP, and then all of this has come along. And I just kept rolling with it. You know what I mean? It was working. We were having a lot of fun. And then I was on an interview. I think it was either Cold Reads, right? CSI Cold Reads. And this thing I can't say was on that show as well. But we immediately, just even on the show, I think, recognized this might be all right. And then we got into a private conversation on Discord. And within the first literal 30 seconds, just we're at each other's throats and going at it, giving each other crap. And here we are now. It just worked out. So yeah, that's in a nutshell where I came from, how I got into it.
And still too long of a story.
Always shame for my accomplishments. Thanks, Con.
No, I mean, I have to, but at the same time, you've done well, right? You're killing it.
Doing okay.
BBP has done some amazing stuff with their animated comics. I am super excited for the new direction that you guys are going. Because, yeah, Shavers is hilarious. You can also check it out in the latest episode of Dis, just saying. And I would recommend watching it there instead. Just saying. But yeah, no, and the other projects that are coming up, yeah. Dennis, we can talk about Dennis's project, right? A little bit. I can mention the name. Is that allowed?
We can talk about the name, and you can say what it is, and that's it.
Fine. Vermilion Star, which is a Lego stop motion piece that Dennis is working on. Is so funny, right? Because what he did is he reached out to a few voice actor friends and said, "Hey, here's a part for you. This is the script, but also ad lib. Go nuts, right?" So we did. And at least I know I had a lot of fun doing it. And from what Matt tells me, it was well received. And others have done the same. And I am excited to hear it. It's going to be so good. And yeah, no, actually, I'm not. No, I've been too nice. I'm not going to say that. But yeah, you're doing good, buddy. Proud of you.
Oh man, yeah.
You gonna talk about how you?
I love a good.
You can answer.
yeah.
You gonna answer his question yet, or are you just gonna? I took forever. You guys didn't even start answering the question yet.
Yes, question. There was a question. Voiceover. Yes, much the same. I was scrolling through TikTok. Well, no, that was it. Critical Role, Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but Critical Role is a Dungeons and Dragons channel that is a bunch of nerdy ass voice actors that play D&D. And I remember watching that after getting into D&D for the first time during lockdown. And then every episode they're like, we're a bunch of voice actors that play D&D. I'm like, that's a job? Of course that's a job. Like, why have I not thought of that as a job? So then started researching into voiceover and stuff. And obviously TikTok was out. And then weird how it all matches up. But obviously by looking into voiceover stuff, suddenly voiceover stuff starts turning up on here. And I think it was Chris Greenfield for me. He's got some fantastic voiceover challenges. If you want to go check it, like genuinely, I recommend going to check him out. If you're thinking about getting into voiceover, go look at it. Go check out these scripts and see what you can do with them, because they are very well written and so much fun to do. And then that led me on to, that was what I was using for practice. Through Discord, a server on there, I booked my first audio drama, The Last Man on Mars. Through that, I got introduced to Tanya with CSI Cold Reads. She invited me on to do a cold read. From that, somebody got interested in my voice for a book. From that, and it just sort of spiraled from there. And then it went downhill when I met him, really.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Imagine where I could be if I didn't have to drag him along with me.
Yeah. I
appreciate the charity, buddy.
Hey, I mean, I like you just enough that I can put up with it for now. Wow. But no, obviously it's led to Did You Say Something, which has branched off to Disjointed Gaming. And then whilst we were, what was it we were working on? Session 9, that was it. I had Session 9, which is a audio book for the official novelization of the film, written by Christian Francis. Fantastic author, and I really enjoyed his work, but I was like, it's missing something. It needs something. So then I started throwing in a few sounds, because there's some like playbacks of the tapes and whatnot. So I was like, well, it makes sense for it to sound distorted and have like the tape running in the background. And they talk in walkie-talkies every now and then, so I may as well throw that effect in. And this scene's quite tense, so that needs some tension adding to it. And it just spiraled from there, and I started sharing it with Matt. And Matt was like, this is really good. What about if you did this and this and this? I'm like, well, yeah, okay, yeah. I just started throwing that together. And it's like, oh, okay, we might be onto something here. Let's, why don't we play around with this a little bit? So we did. And then Narrative Flow was born, really. That's how that worked out. And I am very excited for the future. We do have a very exciting project coming out in the summer, currently scheduled for the summer. And if the author can stop making changes to the scripts, then we might actually be able to start working on the episodes, mightn't we?
AD?
I'm
Just playing, buddy.
Feel a little hostility there.
Love you.
Love you. Please don't leave us. But yeah, Aves of War is that project. And if you like what you hear on Cold Choices, then expect a hell of a lot more for Aves of War. That's
good.
all. That's all.
Sounds
I have to
awesome.
say on that. Because everything that we learn on something, we take forward to the next project, and then that is the basis, right? That's the benchmark, and then we learn something new on that project, and it just, yeah. Considering that we're still fairly new at this, I am immensely proud of what we've produced for Cold Choices. I think I have listened to it through headphones, my phone, a big TV, my car, and every time I'm just like, yeah, we did good.
Yeah, you guys did a fantastic job. The first time I listened to it, it was like stone cold quiet. I was alone in my room, and I was like, this is really in depth. This is beautiful. The second time I listened to it, it was difficult to hear because I was in the gym, and you know how bro guys get in the gym, they get all grunty and uncomfortable.
Yeah, they do.
But
yes, unfortunately.
Not looking at anybody specific, but
that guy.
No, you're giving off.
Yeah.
You're giving off that vibe hard right now, buddy.
It's hot. All right, it's very warm today.
Oh, it's hot. Did you need to stretch or is
I am not.
get the arms up there, buddy?
No, I'm not doing. I am not a piece of
Wait.
meat, man.
That is a callback. That's a call to Cold Choices too. So there's even a soundbite that's coming from Terrence. I love him so much because it's like whiny Conor, but it's no. Is that Jon and Clarence will understand because they've listened.
And when you hear it, you'll get
love
introduced to
that.
Terrence and how much I hate that voice.
I love that clip that we used for the YouTube short of just Terrence just crying. It was great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is Terrence. He's
And by the way,
whiny.
Con extended that. That was actually a lot shorter. And he was like, I think I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going. And it goes on forever. I even, at the end, I had to like take a photo. I was like, dude, no, we got to bring it back to here. It's
just
too
kept it
much.
going.
It's just constant. Like, we don't want to like drive the listeners' headphones out of their ears. Like, it's a little much.
Yeah, that's fair. Because what this enabled us to do, which is part of the reason that I really enjoyed it, was we jumped on a call and we got to like live direct and act with each other for it, which was so much fun, and it just made I feel like it made the dialogue and the characters just feel more real and grounded because you're actually having the conversations. And there's times where Matt or me would do something with our voices that would work, but just needed a little push, and the other person's there to go, fantastic, but just give me more, or remember this is the scene you're in and this should be how the character's feeling, and then you sort of get reminded and you let that guide the direction of how you're gonna perform that scene. So that was a lot of fun, that session. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And I got to see Matt act like properly as well, which is something that I don't think anybody's ever seen. But those acting lessons that he's been taking really paid off because he's gone from to like bang average. It's great.
Bang average. That's pretty good.
Oh,
You all know what? Interface Broken's going to make a shirt. I think I've made it. Bang average.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's going to be the new brand.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Oh, fellas, you guys kill me.
John, I am sorry this is the first time you get to meet us. And
That probably should have happened solo.
yeah.
I think it's great to. I can feel the love. I can feel the camaraderie. It's fantastic.
Good, good. Just know that every time we jumped on a call to talk about Cold Choices, it resulted in a lot of this.
How many of you were on the call total?
Say again.
How many of you were on the call total in terms of like the number of actors that actually were in this?
Just us two.
Wow.
Well, but your wife didn't join us on the call, did she?
Well, no, because she can't stand you. She would be like retching as she's trying to voice act. So.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. I get that.
So no, just Con and I.
Yeah, that was it. And then whenever we found the time to talk about the important bits of sound design as well, we would jump on a call and berate each other and then create some sort of magic that I think people are really going to enjoy.
Wonderful, wonderful. I think I'm going to open the comment section for any questions. I don't want to keep you guys here all night, you know. I want to get home and, you know, get dinner and whatever. Well, I want to get you guys home, not necessarily, but if there's any questions, we'll take them.
Off of my live.
Yeah. You are dragging my good name through the dirt.
Nicely saying, get out of here.
Now,
guys, can you leave so that John and I can actually have an intellectual conversation about his book?
That's what it is. That's what it is.
I didn't open this up to a circus. No. What made me start writing? Well, you might find this difficult to believe, but I was bullied a lot. I didn't have a lot of friends. I had this teacher when I was in middle school. Her name was Mrs. Ellis. Mrs. Ellis, I think she saw a lot of potential in me because I was very imaginative, I guess. And one day she made me read this book. And I mean, dragged me, kicking and screaming, to read this book called Homecoming by Thea Voigt. And I was about halfway through this book in my swirling middle school brain said, I think I can do this. And then, well, that was like 20 years ago. So that's how I got started.
It's awesome.
I think what really spurred me to write more was, so I said earlier that I started writing in college. I joined like a writing and literature like club, and then some of the members spun off into their own group, and one of the members became my deepest rival. And I just had to outdo him. You know, we were rivals in all things, in both writing and in love and all sorts of other ways.
Mm-hmm. I know exactly how that feels.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. I gave him a couple of looks too.
Yeah. I like the feeling of being driven by spite. Like when somebody says, oh, you can't do that. Like, watch me. Yeah. I love it. It's beautiful.
It's one of my favorite sayings is, you know, if the more they hate and the more the people are hating on you too, the more you're doing something right. Because you're doing something generally, you know, people, it's what the haters are, right? You know what I mean? They're hating because why do they hate? What's the reason behind it, right? It's either because they can't do it, they won't do it. You know what I mean? And they're jealous or envious of it. Or they just don't like you. Either way, it's still, okay, you don't have to like me, but it doesn't matter what they think. It matters what I'm doing makes me happy, right? So Clarence and John, you guys writing, it's what makes you happy. So, you know what I mean? And to Con's comment earlier, no, I was not a great musician. But I definitely tried and did my things, I put out a couple singles, but I did those for me. Like I never, in my mind, when I started doing the music was, I don't care if anybody ever buys any of this. I'm doing it because I enjoy doing it, right? Now, would money and all of that be good? Of course, right? That's a plus. I imagine, you know what I mean, with writing, you guys obviously want to sell books, you know what I mean, and get your stories out there so that you can continue to do what you love to do, which is the writing part, right? And the money's a part of that. So same thing with voice acting, you know. It's, if you don't like it, great. If you hate on me, cool. I must be doing something right. That's how I look at it. At least try to use it as fuel instead of something that's going to beat me down into that place where we all can be. That's why we have the humor that we do. Because I don't want to go to that place. So I'm going to use the humor and all that, and just, you know, as much as I can, and just keep trudging forward.
Yeah, I think it's good for my brain to create and be busy. I mean, not. Can I get too busy? Yes, but I much prefer having a busy brain that's able to do all these creative things, because I never got to do that before. Like, it's quite a recent discovery that, oh shit, I really enjoy this. Like, yeah, it was COVID when I realized I enjoy doing the voiceover stuff. I enjoy being creative, like obviously getting into Dungeons and Dragons and becoming the dungeon master and running games and coming up with, like, you know, improving entire scenes just on the whim of a player's decision, and coming up with voices and accents and this and that. And I was just like, this is a lot of fun. This is a little bit of me. Yeah. Which is why I need this. I think. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
That's fair.
It's a need to prove people wrong, and a need for me to stay am I sane? Probably not. Probably the wrong word, but along those lines, to keep me from going more insane. There we go.
Yeah, just level.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say something about Dungeons and Dragons. So I don't really play, but I have nothing against it. I would play if I had, like, the right people or whatever. But it inspires so much writing. I don't know if you guys know the level, but there are so many fantasy books that are coming out right now and recently that have been inspired by, like, campaigns. And it's such a big part of, like, the fantasy genre. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm always, like, people are, you know, they have that, I don't know, that exit, that outlet for that.
Escape.
It's fantastic.
Oh, it really is. You know, a couple of the guys that I play with have said, why don't you, like, narrate your notes from our sessions and, like, release that as a podcast, like, turn it into a story? And I'm like, I could, but I know I'd also lose myself to it. Right? Because I came up with a one shot, which is, so you have, like, campaigns which can span years of playing, and you have one shots which are good for, like, one night or maybe 2 nights of a game. Excuse me. And so I came up with this one shot, right? And I did not need to go so deep into the lore. Like, I created 2 cities, or two wine farming, sure, towns that were rivals with each other, and the families hated each other, and this, that, and the other. But it had nothing to do with the actual, like, story of the campaign. It was just like, yep, they don't like each other. That affects this, and this. Cool, next bit. Like, the players don't ever find that out. So I'm like, why did I waste so much time coming up with names, background for the characters that they never meet? But apparently that's where that needed to go. So I know if I started writing or fleshing out my notes into what actually happened in the session and embellishing it a little bit just to make it flow better, then you probably wouldn't see me for some time.
Hey, will you jump on that?
Fair.
I will work on it straight away.
I mean, just really take your time on it. Con, put in that detail. The longer you get out, that's the more episodes I can get out without you.
Fantastic. Good luck without me, I guess.
I'll be all right.
This is a bad time to tell you this.
You found my replacement?
This is a bad time. Yeah, this is the bad time to tell you that I'm replacing you on Dis. Eesh.
You know what? It would probably become more watchable, to be fair.
True.
Definitely
Hey.
a little bit more structured.
Anyone but Dennis. And
Anyone but Dennis. Yeah. If you replaced me with Dennis, then we would have issues.
No, I would replace you with Jarrett. Just to spite you with the accent.
With the accent, yeah. I knew that was coming.
Oh, God. Yeah.
That's
Anyway.
still might be my favorite episode.
Really?
Oh, that is torturous. You want to talk about something, the editing aspect, and this goes into books and all that too, right? Editing on any level, no matter what you do, is just a giant pain. It doesn't matter what field you're in, right? Like from writing to voice acting to sound engineer to all of it, it's just, right? And I do enjoy the sound editing and things like that too. That's a little bit different. I quite enjoy. I get into that. I can't imagine like editing, being a book editor. But you know what I mean? But sitting through, so you figure what, that episode was ungodly long anyway. Like
hour and 15?
You know what I mean? And pretty long anyhow. And then imagine the hours that we had to go sitting through listening to that over and over with having to add in the graphics and the cuts and all the stuff that we're doing, just listening to Jarrett do that horrendous accent. just terrible accent. But you got to give it to him though. He committed and he never broke the whole show. He took it the whole show. So we got to give him that.
He really did. Even in the cut bits, he was still sticking to it.
Yeah, the whole time, even when we were talking off of recording, he still did it.
And actually, that's not one of our longest episodes. That was 57 minutes and 9 seconds.
Oh, one of our longest, like 2 hours or something. But anyway,
it felt longer. It feels longer.
Yeah.
But our recent episode 15 was our longest. No, episode 13 was our longest. An hour and 36. Oh.
Ooh.
Wasn't that the one that you were meant to cut down? Wasn't that the one? Did you say something?
Yeah.
Sorry, did you say something?
Thank you, AD. Sorry, I've just seen what you said. Last episode was brilliant. Thank you. Appreciate it. We do try. Believe it or not.
What do you say we drop our plugs and get out of here, fellas?
Sounds good.
Sounds good, man.
The other type of plugs, Connor. Not that.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Thank you for clarifying, because he needs that.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it.
Son of a bitch. Obviously I'm Conor Lewis VO everywhere. Pretty much everywhere, yeah. Search for me, Conor Lewis VO, 1 N, because that's how it's meant to be spelt. And then obviously Did You Say Something podcast on YouTube and Spotify, Disjointed Gaming on YouTube, and soon to be Narrative Flow everywhere. I think we're going to aim for with that one, aren't we?
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed. Feel free to hunt me down and chat if you want. I don't advise it, though. I will take the piss.
Yeah, he's not a good friend. So I am Matt Mangum VO everywhere, as well as mattmangum.com. So you can check out all the stuff that I'm doing there, as well as all the disc stuff with this guy and Narrative Flow, plus Bewilder Biscuit Productions, Interface Broken, where we do little comic strip stuff, things like that, to hiking videos, to we make merchandise and things like that too for people. So it's also for book people. If you need merch, don't forget about Interface Broken. We do that. So you can search us up here. You can DM me directly for that too. And
might have to get you for some redacted merch.
Yes, and now, as I was saying, and now affiliated with Redacted Tales, which I'm very happy to be a part of. So good stuff. And John, thank you again. Right.
Yes. Thank you, John. It's so much fun.
From anyone without my writing, so this is amazing. So I guess I'll go. You can catch me, John from the lab, on Blue Sky, or John, that's Jon, that's Dash Chan EP3.5.com. That's my personal website. And, I'll see you all out there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm Clarence Carter. You can find me, clarencecarterauthor.com, or here on TikTok. I got the links in the bio. Check out Redacted Press. Please give us a follow. We need all the help we can get. We're a very small operation. Thanks for your time, everybody. It's been a joy. The product was fantastic. I can't wait until it drops. It's going to be amazing. It's going to blow everybody's minds.
Hopefully. And on that note, dish you later.
Wrong show, Conor.
I'm sorry.
Bye.
Catch you later.